One time, very, very tense moment.
Yeah. Right.
I just won the 100 meters. And immediately after, they were like, let's do the 200 meters. They didn't think, let's space it out. Right? So I was absolutely knackered.
Yeah.
And I was lining up for the 200 meters. And I really, really, really wanted to win. I wanted this more than like anything. I don't know why I was so ultra competitive. This is like the Olympics for me.
Yeah.
I was like, I need this. I was so goddamn nervous that like, I was like, what is this? I felt like a little drizzle go down my leg. Right? I was so nervous that like for like a brief moment I peed myself. Like 0.1 seconds and I was like, stop.
It's like a little beep.
Yeah, it was like a little beep and I was like, that's never happened before. What was that? Fuck. Luckily but you know, I didn't give a shit that I peed myself. My priority was like, no one else saw that, right? No one else saw that drizzle. But luckily, I was so sweaty from the previous event still that nobody had thought that I pissed myself.
You just like shake it off.
I was like,
just shake your leg.
just like, let's get back to it, boys. So I went to it and then, I won. But I really needed the piss after it. My bladder, it was... Have you ever been that nervous? Your bladder just completely opened?
No.
Yeah, I've had that before.
Bro,
Has that happened?
Yeah.
Dude, trust me.
I've never been in that.
I didn't know that could happen until it happened.
I've done the little like dip before as well.
Oh
like,
god!
I had that before like a really important like piano competition.
It happened.
And,
It happened.
But at least the problem was I had it a lot worse than you.
You probably wear like nice
because
pants.
I was wearing a suit.
No.
Oh no!
I was wearing shorts.
Yeah,
that shit just came out.
and you were already sweaty, right?
Yeah.
I was like in a well air conditioned room, like long pants, like in a suit, with like all these like really properly dressed like Asian kids next to me. And I was just like, oh fuck.
Could you see it? Could you see the pin?
Luckily not, but my god, it was hard to use the pedal while my leg was also a little bit wet. I was like, oh god.
How far did the stream get down? Did it go all the way?
Like almost to my knee.
Oh my god, that's
Yeah.
not, that's not
They
bad,
missed
man.
this fucking scene in Your Lie in April. Where's that when they're fucking waiting?
I love the chapter where Corsair pisses himself.
When you're a kid, you get anxious.
Exactly.
I also used to try.
I just felt really bad for the kid who had to follow after
Oh
me.
my god.
Because I'm like,
Oh,
I
God.
didn't check, but I was like, I'm sorry if the seat is a little wet.
There's a wet patch.
Yeah, there's
right
a wet
there.
patch on
You're
that
like,
seat
bro,
right there.
that
my
seat is
fucking
warm.
God.
I fucking nailed the competition though, so worth it in the end. But
I was
So
also,
did you win the 200 meters?
I did, and I was also so competitive to the point where I don't know if I can do this now, but when I was a kid, when I was running and I thought like, oh, I really need to stop, I just wouldn't stop, and I would always end up throwing up when I stopped.
You were that kid. You were the kid who just threw up everywhere, always.
Because right to me it was like I was like, no, I need to win, like I have to win. So like if there was like I'm at the last stretch and I still got a little left in me and I'm like, I can't stop now. I need to throw up. So one year, this is again, so I was doing like 6 events and I'd won the 100, I'd won the 200. And again, right after it, what comes after the 200? It's the 400.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like the same thing.
Yeah.
You sprint at the end, you kind of run fast at the start.
why would they not split it up?
It was a school.
Because at our school they split it up.
Yeah, I think they might have assumed that different people
Yeah,
would be
yeah.
doing
Right.
different events.
I think they assumed people would do different things.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I
yeah.
would get max like 2 minutes break.
Yeah.
So I was doing the 400, right? And I was already like, before I even started this race, I remember I was like, because I was already
Yeah.
still knackered from the
Yeah.
other one. And I was like, how the fuck am I going to win this one?
Yeah.
And so I'm in this race, right? I get to the 200 meter mark, right? This is where you're like, the on switch has to come on.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
have to
yeah.
start sprinting.
Yeah.
Because like I'm like kind of like I'm in the middle. I'm not really in. I got a lot of ground to make up because I was going a little too slow.
Yeah.
So I just start going crazy, man. I get like to 50 meters and I'm like, oh no, on the side of the racetrack, right? Luckily it's a grass racetrack, so that shit's just extra compost.
Yeah.
And I was not in the middle. I was in the first lane. So I'm like 50 meters into the sprint. I'm going all out, and I just have to. And it became I became a bit of a laughing stock for the rest of that day.
That would have been amazing to see.
I was literally just like powering through like a machine, then just like had to just start vomiting. It was awful.
Oh my god.
Because I just didn't know my limits as a kid. I just didn't like.
Yeah.
My willpower was just beyond my body's ability, apparently. But it happened all the time during long distance as well. I always threw up.
Yeah, I sucked at long distance. I think mostly because I have asthma, so I could only do 200 meters at most before my asthma would like start to kick in.
Yeah.
It was rough, man. Long distance is horrible.
Yeah, it is.
Because it was really muddy and freezing. It was always during winter. Did you do it in winter?
Yeah.
You got to be a real masochist to enjoy long running. Like, it's like, why would you, especially people who do it for like club activities and stuff. It's like, what do you do after school? I run.
Yeah.
Why? Because.
So did they make all the kids do it when you did it?
Yeah.
No. So like, so basically, kids could opt in and out at our school. So
you couldn't opt out.
Yeah.
Really.
Every kid needed to do an activity.
Yeah.
You know, you didn't have to do like a certain a certain amount, but you needed to do at least one.
No. There were some years where I was just like, I don't want to do anything today.
Dude, for my school, it was like, on this day we're doing 2 kilometers. You have to do the 2 kilometers.
Oh, fuck that.
You have no choice.
We had other events for that kind of stuff where like kids had to do it.
Are you talking about PE or sports day?
PE.
Okay. No, if it's PE, then yeah. If we were doing
Oh,
an
I thought you were
activity,
talking about sports day.
Sorry.
If it's PE, if
it's
there's
PE,
an
everyone has to do it,
activity, you have to do the activity.
Yeah, because I remember that like they would like get really angry at the kids that were just like walking long distance. They would like shout at them and be like, "What the fuck you doing?"
It's just like fucking army.
Yeah, right, basically.
Like the SAS or whatever.
Yeah. How many because like we had at our school we had like I think like 4 different sports days or like 4 different.
What?
Yeah,
What? We had
a lot.
one.
So we had the track and
Winter Olympics in Australia.
Yeah.
no, so we had like a track and field day.
Yeah.
Right.
And then we also had like what we called the swimming carnival, which was we went to like our local swimming pool.
Oh, you did,
and we
like,
would do
swimming?
like
Oh, that
swimming
sounds so-
like events.
Yeah,
we didn't do that.
we got one sports day in the year, and it was like every
track and
kid
field.
Really?
looked forward to it because it was just basically a day off from school where you just do fun stuff.
And
Right?
then
you could just sit on the grass if you didn't give a shit.
And then we
Yeah.
and then we had another sports day where we did it on the beach. So you
Right.
do like beach flags and like you'd like races like 1,000-meter races on
do
the
that.
beach and
Yeah.
stuff like that, like surfing events and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And that was just like another day where like if kids didn't want to do it, then kids didn't have to do
my
it. And then we had a 4th one during the winter, and this was the worst one. It was called they don't have it anymore, but it was called the walkathon. And
Walkathon.
yeah. So think of like a marathon, right? Which is like
Yes.
42 point something kilometers.
Yeah.
It's that, but you can walk it if you want. So basically, it was basically we start from the school. You'd walk 20 kilometers across like 7 or 8 beaches because that was like the area we lived in,
Right.
and then you'd turn around and you walk all the way back to the school.
What?
And you'd have to do that during the day.
What?
And I think they got rid of it because
shit.
because I think some of like the higher grade kids were just like calling Ubers.
I would. Fuck that.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah,
shit.
because like because like when you reach like the halfway point, you'd get like a sticker like put on your like wrist. So like that's how you know when you came back to the school that you made it to the halfway point. So it's like that was their like foolproof way of making sure you did the whole thing.
Speedrunners be like, I found a clip.
Yeah,
I found
so
a
like-
clip. I found
Yeah.
it. It's the Uber glitch. It's the Uber glitch.
So what the senior kids would do is that like they'd walk away from they'd do maybe like the first kilometer.
Yeah.
They'd like walk into a street, call an Uber, get them to drive to like a kilometer away from the halfway point, and they just like come out being like, "Oh, hey, I made it," and then they do it again.
brain,
And
big
but I think they got rid of it because like kids were cheating, but it was also like a charity event for the school.
Right.
So like you had to you had to pay like I think it was like $1 per student or whatever for like this
Pay
charity.
to walk 42
Pay to walk
kilometers.
42 kilometers. I mean, for some kids, it was like, oh, fuck yeah, we just have to walk today. Don't have to do class. Hell yeah,
Yeah.
I'll take that.